Lo que pasa es... Oh, here we go. Another wild story I already know. It's that phrase you hear when something's amiss. An excuse is coming. Can't wait for this.
The thing of it is, I meant to deliver, but I got lost on the way floating down a river. Or maybe my dog ate all of my notes. Or aliens came and borrowed my boats.
Whatever the tale, I've heard it before. A circus of reasons, each one a bore. But listen, my friend, here's a little tip. Do what you say. Don't let things slip. For when lo que pasa comes into play, you're treading thin ice. What more can I say? Deliver as promised. That's my advice. Or you'll be the excuse not once, but twice. Ha 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 ha.
Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Time. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Here we are. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, questions, and suggestions, and we connect all this information so that we can have a more connected life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals, and more connected for those of you that live elsewhere but have a special place in your heart for our city. Today we have interesting news, and to best understand the main story in the news today, you may want to ask yourselves a simple question. How much do you like nosy neighbors? How much do you like nosy neighbors casting their opinion on your personal life, your personal choices, and your space, your personal space? That would be the question that I would ask myself to be able to better appreciate today's news. With that said, the big headline today, of course, is that President López Obrador has decided to put our relationship with U.S. and Canada ambassadors in Mexico City on pause. He's decreed a pause in the dialogue with both embassies until both Canada and the United States confirm that there should be respect with our country's internal politics and policies as established by their own constitutions. Now, to understand what this is about, we must dive into a heavy topic, which is our proposed judicial reform, which was recently introduced by President López Obrador. So we'll get a little bit politicky for you to better understand why this is so relevant at this moment. Imagine Mexico's judges and magistrates, the people who decide on cases in court, were chosen by a popular vote, just like politicians. Well, that's the basic idea behind the proposed judicial reform in Mexico. The key points are popular election, where instead of being appointed by the government, judges and magistrates would be elected by the people. This change would also affect federal and state courts, and even the highest court in our country, the Supreme Court, would be elected by the people. Now, why is this change happening in Mexico? Well, the main goal of this reform is to make the judiciary or the court system more accountable to the people. Some people believe that popular election would make judges more responsive to the needs and concerns of the public. However, there are also concerns to this proposal. Critics argue that it might lead to judges being influenced by political pressure rather than making decisions based on the law. They also worry that it would weaken the independence of the judiciary. Now, the proposed reform is a hot topic of debate in Mexico at present times. There are strong arguments both for and against it, and the final outcome will likely depend on the opinions of lawmakers, judges, and the public. Now, you would think that just north of the border, just one country up, with all the turmoil that is going on with appointed federal judges making some shaky movements with a certain former president and so forth and so on, you would think that north of the border there would be a clearer understanding of the importance of having fair judges in place. I'm not going to get into that at any depth, but I will tell you that you should meet Ken Salazar and Graham Clark. Salazar is the U.S. ambassador, and Clark is the Canadian ambassador. They are in Mexico City. And Salazar is usually a kind and likable guy, but he put Washington's discomfort as it relates to the judicial reform in evidence, stating that the reform is, and I quote, a risk for democracy and a threat to the commercial relationship between both countries. His mistake was to say that it was his personal point of view. Then the Canadian ambassador followed suit. López Obrador, our president's rightful response was, of course, who the hell are these two guys to attempt to influence internal policy with their personal opinions? So President López Obrador mentioned this in one of his morning press conferences, to which Salazar replied that he maintains his posture. And to this, President López Obrador responded that Mexico's sovereignty is not up for discussion and has assured that the communication with both embassies would continue in pause until both the United States and Canada change their tune and understand that internal affairs are precisely that, internal. Why do next-door neighbors insist on meddling in our business and casting their own opinion on how we or anyone should live their own lives? Well, that's a big mystery, and we're not going to get into that. But I just wanted to share the news with you this morning. Now, moving on to local news for a change. In its Facebook page, Vallarta en Línea published this photograph showing an overpass being built over Avenida Mexico to allow the crossing of the final stretch of the Guadalajara Highway as it approaches Puerto Vallarta's International Airport. To show you where it is, I will turn over to a map, but first, just parenthetically, if they're just putting the foundations of the overpass in place, this is not going to be finished anytime in the next few weeks, that's for sure. Now, to appreciate where this is happening, here is a good old Google Maps, and that red line moving along is the new highway, and that little circle is precisely where that intersection is taking place. The new highway will end right on Highway 200 next to the airport, which you can see down here in the lower left-hand side of the image. And this is not not quite ready, but almost ready. Will it be ready in time for, or rather, will it be ready before the next president comes into place, before Claudia Sheinbaum starts her office? I seriously doubt it. And that's what we have for news. Let us turn over. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to push that button. I meant to push the weather button. Let me see. I promise to never lie to you about your weather. Unless you piss me off, then I'll randomly fuck with your forecast. Well, we must have pissed you off, Carrot Weather, unintentionally, because we understood that we would have no rain this week. And it rained yesterday, and it rained the day before, and it was absolutely beautiful. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, we're enjoying 30 degrees Celsius. Our humidity is at 75%. And our weather forecast for today says that we will have mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 40%, a high of 32, and a low of 26. Tomorrow, rain in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 75%, a high of 32, and the low of 26. Then on Friday, we are going to have scattered storms during the day and a chance of rain of 93%, a high of 32, and a low of 25. Now, moving down our list of announcements, today is Grandparents' Day, and this is a special occasion in Mexico to celebrate not only grandparents, but also all people living in our country that are 65 years of age or older. The commemoration was established in 1983, so if there are grandparents in your life, treat them well today and every day. And if you are a grandfather or grandmother, or you are a senior aged 65 or older, hey, have your family take you out somewhere because today is your day. Congratulations. Yes. And we have an announcement. The festivities for Mexican Independence Month begin. I've started to see all kinds of promotions from different restaurants, and I've been chatting with Carmen Porras, our dear friend Carmen from Oculto. She's going to have some special things announced later on. But for now, I can tell you that on September 13th, Puerto Vallarta will come alive with the sounds of music and the spirit of community thanks to this event that will take place at Teatro Vallarta, produced by the Puerto Vallarta Santa Barbara Sister Cities Committee. It is called Vive la Fiesta, and it'll take place on September 13th. And this will be a spectacular event that promises to be both entertaining and impactful. And most importantly, it will have a cost. This will be a benefit, and you can find out all the details in the show notes. Last but not least, I want to remind you that today we broadcast episode 23 of The Spotlight from Café Rio at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, and we will be getting together with local Spanish teacher Agustina. She's a Spanish teacher and tour guide, so I am really eager to hear all about what she brings to the table. And again, this will happen at 4 o'clock local time. If you're in town and would like to swing by and say hello, we're going to be broadcasting from the Joint Boutique Hotel, more specifically from Café Rio upstairs. And let's see what... I switched cameras and didn't even notice. Let's do this. Boom. That's more like it. Let's see. We have good mornings. Good mornings. I love these good mornings. Let's see. Ooh. My dear friend Eric, it is so good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you when you come to visit soon, Eric. Hugs to you and to Tommy. Let's see what else we have. Logan says, another awesome August storm last night, in spite of what all weather apps were forecasting. You'd think in 2024 we'd be able to have a bit more accurate local meteorologists, wouldn't you? Oh well, it's all part of the fun. I totally agree. Last night's rain was very unexpected, but most welcome. Then we have a comment from Kathy. Kathy will be gone tomorrow as she and her girlfriend are going to a biker bar in the middle of rural Wisconsin for lunch. The bar is called Buck Knuckles. That sounds sexy. I wish I could come along. A biker bar. Rum rum. Love it. Let's see what else we have. What? Hi, Codon. I don't know what a codon is. But hi, I love it. Don't worry, Logan. I won't get you started on the hypocrisy of the United States, because maybe we should have that conversation in person and away from coffee and headlines. My goodness. Let's see. Follow up on Agustina's contact info from yesterday. I couldn't locate it in show notes. Oh my goodness. Deborah, did I forget to put my show notes in place? Let us have a quick look. Let's see. A ver. How could I have possibly forgotten? www.paco-ojeda.com. And there is the home page. No, I didn't mean to go to the contact page. This is the home page. And these are the show notes for yesterday, August 27. And headlines, leisure. Agus, a local Spanish teacher and tour guide, will join us in the spotlight tomorrow afternoon. Check out her Facebook pages, and here is one, and here is the other. Oh, what a good thing that I'm not losing my mind, and I did do what I intended to do. Thank goodness. Sometimes I worry that I am losing my mind. Let's see. What? And for people who don't know, a buck knuckle is the male equivalent of a female camel toe. It is when a man's pants are so tight and small that you can see a guy's balls through the fabric. Oh my God, I'm liking this biker bar even better. Last night I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine again, or Wolverine and Deadpool, the movie again. And there were a lot of, what was it? Buck knuckles in the movie. I'm gonna love that phrase. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we have. How often are you doing meet and greets, says Laura? As often as I remember to organize them. We are trying to aim for a monthly meet and greet, and right now September is being discussed with a venue, and I will be soon to announce the date of the next one. Let's see what else we have. How long are the Day of the Dead events, parades? The Katrina was amazing last year. Well, I don't have a specific answer, Laura. They keep getting longer and longer because the local government has realized that it's a big tourist attraction. The official celebrations happen on November 1st and 2nd, but everything seems to be extending both directions, before and after. I don't know exactly what they'll do this year, and I'm sure we will announce it as soon as we learn about this. Can Dora do a little poem about the word híjole? I think it's one of my favorite Spanish words. Oh my goodness, Mark. Dora would be delighted to do something with the word híjole. I think that is a great idea. I will add this to my list of things to do. Thank you very much. Let's see what else. Do. La da 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 da. Oh, Sherry, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let's see what else we have. La 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 la. La da da. Oh, there's another cue. Did you see my news? Yes, Kelly, I saw your news. Congratulations. Let's see what else. I think we are done. Yes, I think we are done. So, this was Coffee and Headlines. It is a pleasure to connect with you, and it is a pleasure to read you comments and share headlines with you and all that good stuff. I'm going to get ready for this afternoon's spotlight. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot even begin to tell you why. Well, I sort of can. Remember how I told you that community partners are for getting new gear and improving the quality of our presentations? Well, we're going to put new gear to the test this afternoon, so I am really excited about that. So, hopefully I will see you this afternoon, and if I don't see you this afternoon, I will see you tomorrow morning, and if not tomorrow morning, sometime soon. Have a great day.